What's up, guys? Thank you for tuning in. Today, in this video, I'm going to talk about my $195,000 worth of portfolio, what assets I have, and how am I generating over $1,000 every single month from this portfolio as passive income. So, if you're interested in that, stick around and you won't be disappointed. So, first thing first, thank you for tuning in. If you like this video, at the end, make sure to like and subscribe. And moving forward, I'll make more videos related to the strategies that I have been opting and I'll be testing with once my portfolio is above 200,000 in asset value. And there'll be a lot more videos to come on high yield and dividend investing as well. So currently, in my $195,000 portfolio, what you see here are the top four things are the four options that I have opened. One with 46 contracts, meaning I am willing to buy SOXL, which is semiconductor ETF, at $18 price per share, and I'm willing to buy 4,600 shares of that. And I got paid $11 per contract. So for 46 contracts, I got paid over $500 here. Then the second contract that I have here that you see, I opened it on last Friday, which will be expiring on Feb 7th. And the put price or the buying price or the strike price I have set as $24.50 per share. So for 8 shares, I'm spending almost $20,000 here, and I made some 50 cents per share. So 50 cents times 800 would be the total amount that I have made. Roughly around 400 for these 8 contracts. Then I have my Qs here. I own more than 100 shares of Qs, and I sell monthly covered calls on Qs by going 8% above the current price. 8% is the ideal for me because it makes me $10 to $30, anywhere between $10 to $30 for the month. I reinvest buying more Qs, and I don't want to sell my shares. Basically, this is kind of like money where I just make, and I don't really want to sell my shares. Otherwise, if I go a little aggressive, because currently, if you look down here, Qs are at $520 per share, and I'm selling at $565. So it is highly unlikely that the price of Qs will go to 565, and even if it does, by February 14th, which you see here, the expiration date, I will roll this option 1 month more out with 8% above this current price. Basically, why 8% is what I've noticed pulling all the data from the past, that Qs has had very few months, like maybe you can count them on your finger, in which Qs have gone past 8% for the month. Since they are ETFs and 100 NASDAQ stocks, top stocks from NASDAQ index, the the outcome of this is basically when one is performing better, some other stock may pull it, and basically it is quite stable compared to single stocks. If I were to own Tesla or even Apple or Nvidia, any of those stocks, they see more fluctuation in a month time than Qs. And then lastly, what you see here, the fourth one is my covered call option, which is gonna sell at the end of this month. So I'll roll this option out again. I'm selling 100 shares at $33.50. I collected good premium there. What I see here is current price is $26.68. But I'm seeing that I will be selling my 100 shares at $33.50. So SOXL needs to go up six dollars more, or maybe $7 more, in order for this to exercise. But if it does go $7 more, I will roll this option and make more money with that. So that is how my options are working. I did not get any big payments and dividends, but I do own Google, one stock of Amazon, 8 of Nvidia, and then um, Home Depot, AbbVie, Visa, uh, Coke are all, Apple and Microsoft are all my long-term plays. And these are the businesses that I see myself staying around even after 20 years. So that's something that I've invested some money, a very small piece of, you know, a piece of my pie belongs to these single stocks. But that's it from the overview. Now let's look into how much money I have made with these options. So I do sell options, as I told you guys, and I'm targeting 800 to $1,600 every single month from these passive income in the ETFs that I hold. So these are the trades from the month of January. I started with Excel covered call, $33.50. I rolled it on zero for month of February for 7th date, and the date of execution was Jan 6th. I got $70 from that, so that's $70. And then for Nvidia, I sold 7 contracts at $25 per contract to make $175, roughly $175. Then I had a put roll option because Nvidia started tanking from 145 to 139. It came down, and I rolled that option of 135 that you see here. I rolled that to $135, and I was able to make $154 with the same 7 contracts with $22 per contract, or 22 cents per share. Then I bought Nvidia back, and this is what I want to highlight here, because this I had to buy. So the dollar amount that you see here is a negative, and that is the loss. So I don't just share my profits, but I also share my loss here, and I try to be as transparent as I can on this channel. So that is why you see negative of $980 with 7 contracts I bought at $1.40 each. So then I tried avoiding Nvidia because Nvidia was going down and down. So came back to my favorite ETF to sell puts on, that is SOXL. So I started selling puts. So I sold 8 contracts, made $64, and those contracts were expiring in 2 days. So January 8th was the execution date, and January 10th was the expiry date. So then again, I cash rolled them out on 10th, on Friday, and then I made $223 because SOXL started tanking, and I rolled the option to $24.50, made $223 from 8 contracts, 28 cents per share for 800 shares here. Then for QQQ, as you saw, I rolled the option. Covered call was rolled to $564, and I executed on January 15th, which will now be expiring on February 14th, the Valentine's Day. I made some $24 for 1 contract. Then SOXL covered call, $33.50. Call roll option, again the same covered call that I'm executing. I rolled that option for February 14th, on the date of January 17th, so pretty much less than 1 month out, and I got $38 from that. And then I sold MSTX at $45 per share put contract, and so I sell 4 contracts there. I sold 4 contracts, made $160 there. Then for SOXL covered call, again rolled for February 28th, and that was rolled from January 22nd, so made $70 there with 1 contract. And then lastly, two cash secured puts with SOXL at $24.50, which made me $458. One of the best moves that I made this year so far. And then I sold another 46 contract for 11 cents each for $504, and that is SOXL at $18. So how did I make this money? This is the margin money. So I did not use my money to make this, but because I've been using $20,000 of my cash account from for selling these options, 8 contracts. But then for this, I had to dip in my margin money, and I saw an opportunity there to make $500 for a couple weeks with the probability of less than 1% or close to 1% that this will get executed, and this gave me $504 basically right back in my pocket. And then last day of January 31st, I rolled the options for cash secured put for again $24.50, and that gave me again $359.36. So if you look here, my contracts are expiring on February 7th, and some are expiring on um, at the end of the February, like this covered call and like the QQQ covered call. So these are the things that I do to generate passive income. This is outside of my dividend income. Basically, I add dividend income if it is more than $50 for any given month for any in shares. So last month I mentioned here that I made 412 from SCHD, 159 from SPY, and QQQ paid me $87. This month there was no big hitter, and none of them had more than $50 in dividends, so that's why I didn't include them. So the grand total, the money that I made, is over $1,300, so $1,319 to be precise. But then that includes the money that I will have to pay taxes on, as these are short-term gains. So I'll have to pay at that tax bracket. And then the amount that I'm using for margin, I can waive it off from any tax deduction, as that is not my money. And but again, like, well, what I'm doing with this is I'm not paying any interest, so this is kind of like a free money that you see here, the 46 contract for SOXL for $505. So this is kind of like free money. This is what took us over $1,000. If we wouldn't have traded Nvidia, we would have made a lot more money, so over 2,000 to be precise, because if I lost some $980 here, which took down the balance to 1,319. Otherwise, every other trade you see here is in positive. So I'm making money anyways. So I was still in positive and over $1,300. But this could have been a mistake that could have been avoided. So no more trading Nvidia or any single stocks. I'll stick to SOXL, QQQ, and sometimes maybe MSTX if the single stock is giving sweet premium with very high probability of success for me. So that's about it. I hope you guys will like this video. Thank you guys for sticking around. If you are still watching, I really appreciate you, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Take care. Bye.